So today we are doing something I've never done before. Well, basically, I'm gonna show you what we are starting with. I have this very shiny gallery wire, and I was thinking if I smash this flat with a hammer and make a bezel out of it, I thought that would be a great idea. I smashed a little piece, you see how it's flat, and the outside edge is still shiny and textured. Wow. Wow, did you see that? This worked like a charm. I was not expecting that. This ring bender. Wow, okay. That was amazing. Now we can solder this and also solder on the back plate. I need to just little file that so the solder will flow. Prepare the flux. No, I never did this design before, so we're gonna see together if it works or not. Okay. I don't want to touch with my greasy fingers now the plate and the bezel because I nicely cleaned everything. I'm gonna show you something. Look, watch what happens when I do this. You see, the flux doesn't stick. This means the plate is still greasy. We need to clean that more. So, okay, be good now. Let's see. See, now I nicely spread the flux and it's not moving away. We're gonna do the hard solder. Put it in the flux. All right. Safety first. While I wait for this piece to get cleaned, I'm gonna make another bezel for kyanite gemstone. Kyanite is actually my favorite crystal. I love making jewelry with it. This particular one is blue moss kyanite. It has these wonderful looking inclusions that look like moss, but I don't think the camera is picking up that. So I'm gonna do a bezel for this little gemstone, and I'm gonna try with the same tool like before. Amazing. You know what? I am so impressed and so happy I found a way how to do that easier. Look, I made this much until now and it only took me like 30 seconds. I'm impressed because this is such a game changer. I mean, just wow. Good day. So it's a couple days later. I was sick for the past 3 days and I finally feel quite okay to finish this tutorial. Yeah, I'm still pretty congested and anyway, I'm back. So let's finish this tutorial. We have now the bezel with this gallery wire ready for the moonstone, and as I told, in the meantime I made another bezel just without the back plate for the kyanite gemstone, and we're gonna make pendants out of them. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna solder the back plate to this little guy, and we'll go from there. First I'm gonna check if this kyanite still fits in this bezel. Perfect. And now I'm gonna just sand a tad bit. Perfect. So now comes the tricky part, and what we want to do is we want to solder a small jump ring there to make a little hook for the necklace. So I'm gonna try a couple different things, and I'm gonna play a little with them and see which one would fit the best. What I normally do, I would just take a jump ring and I'll put it next to the bezel and see what works, what doesn't, if needs a little cut or reshaping. You know what, I think I'm gonna go with a small rounded one. I think it's gonna look the best. Very dainty, minimalistic, cute. We love cute. I'm gonna connect the jump ring, then I'm gonna file that part straight, and it's gonna nicely solder also the jump ring together. It's quite a trouble for me to solder these small little pieces, especially because of the tremors. You have to be very precise and very careful so nothing moves. And you know, sometimes with my tremors this is impossible, and it takes me a lot longer than it should. So I'm just closing the jump ring right now, and it doesn't matter if it's a gap between, because we're gonna file that down and also solder with the bezel and file. And I normally file this like a halfway through or even more. Let me show you. Oh, I hope I don't lose it. There we go. Can you see? I'm gonna put this right on the edge, and then I'm gonna take the third hand tweezers and set it up somehow that it's gonna hold my jump ring. Let's put the flux on again. Let's protect this. I'm gonna have to readjust that. You see, this is a little bit of patience needed. I don't know if this is going to work. think so. Okay, I am a little nervous because it's camera on and it's taking too long. I'll be back. I guess that worked perfectly. Let me show you. See? It's nicely soldered. There isn't any gaps. It took a little time to set it all up, but well, I am happy. Into the pickle solution. Let's see what the other bezel is doing, if it's clean. Look like yes, nice and clean. Now we can saw away the extra metal. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna see you once I'm done. Okay, and I am back. The silver is clean. I'm just gonna file this extra solder. Oh wow, you can really see me. I filed both of the bezels. I left this one unfiled at the back because I wanted to show you something. So the key for a really nice good shine, you want to file with all the grids of the paper if you want to get a perfect shine once you polish the piece. Otherwise there will be marks and scratches left, and no polishing compound will polish those deep marks. This is the grid 240. So this was 240, 320, 600, 1000, 1200, and the 2000. You can go even higher if you want, but usually I go up to 2000, and then I pre-polish it with Tripoli, and then I use the rouge for the nice finished shine. So this is what it looks like using all those grids. It's quite shiny already, very tiny little scratches, nothing deep. So let's clean that up real quick. This is called Tripoli. It's a huge chunk of block. It will last you a lifetime. I have the Dremel. And you don't need to have on high speed, and you go slowly around. You see, even the pre-polish makes it nice and shiny, but of course we want to go even shinier. But you know what? These polishing compounds are not really safe, so I'm just gonna put mask on. And this is rouge. So what I have here is some material that you heat it up in the oven. It gets really hard, but in the oven it gets soft, so you can put your bezel in nicely secure. And this comes in a stick like that, and I put it on a simple, I don't know, plywood I'm gonna show you after how I do. I'm gonna put this in oven now. It's also non-toxic, so it can go in the oven. Just took it from the oven. It's nice and shiny, which means it's hot. Now let's quickly put in the bezel. Should we do this one first? The moonstone. Let's just put both in. Okay, let's leave this to get hard, and after we can set the stones. Making sure that the crystal is nice, clean and clear. And let's go to town. And we're gonna use this bezel rocker. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off the camera because I'm nervous. Oh boy. I sweat a lot. One turned out better than the other, but nonetheless they are both very cute. It looks like that. It was a little too big. I had to fold the metal quite a bit, so the shiny edge is not as visible, but we'll see after I polish it. And the moonstone kinda ended up being a little better. You see, it has this nice texture around the edge. Okay, I'm gonna polish the pendants and I'll show you after.